Live from New Delhi, you're watching DD India NewsHour, India's voice to the world with me, Deepika, coming up in the next 1 hour. In a bid to benefit farmers, Prime Minister Narendra Modi is set to launch National Makhana board today, along with other development projects in Bihar. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman launches NITI Aayog's tech report, AI for Viksit Bharat. Says AI is capable of giving solutions, but it should be used in a controlled manner. Arab states to hold emergency meet after Israel strikes Hamas-linked sites in Doha. Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu hails Israel-US alliance during Jerusalem visit with Rubio. And Romania summons Moscow's ambassador to protest airspace violation by Russian drone. Russia, meanwhile, calls drone intrusion a provocation by Kyiv. Good afternoon to all the viewers joining us at this afternoon broadcast. To begin with the latest, Prime Minister Narendra Modi is scheduled to travel to Purnia, Bihar, where he will inaugurate the newly constructed terminal building of the airport. Further, he will also lay the foundation stone and inaugurate multiple development projects worth around 36,000 crore rupees at Purnia and address the gathering on the occasion. He will also launch the National Makhana board in Bihar. Makhana or fox nuts and Bihar have a very strong link, and thus the NMB will benefit several farmers associated with the sector. The Indian Navy's anti-submarine warfare corvette INS Kadmat arrived at the port of Suva as part of its 3-day goodwill visit to Fiji with a mission to strengthen defence ties and build people-to-people connections. The aim is to build bridges of friendship through professional exchanges with the Fiji Navy and wider community engagement. INS Kadmat is the second of 4 indigenous anti-submarine warfare corvettes built under the Indian Navy's Project 28, aimed at enhancing stealth and submarine hunting capabilities. Now, the maiden bilateral maritime exercise between India and Greece will be steered by Indian naval ship Trikand, which was called by Salamis Bay during her ongoing deployment to the Mediterranean Sea. Now, during the visit, INS Trikand will look forward to enhance interoperability, refine tactical skills and deepen operational synergy. During the port call, INS Trikand will engage in a host of activities to enhance bilateral and multilateral cooperation and collaboration. The first dedicated parcel train from Budgam to Adarsh Nagar, Delhi was flagged off by Lieutenant Governor of Jammu and Kashmir, Manoj Sinha, on Monday. The new freight train service is a big step for the apple growers of the Union Territory to transport their produce to different parts of the country. The Lieutenant Governor expressed gratitude towards Prime Minister Narendra Modi for ushering a new era of trade and business for apple growers and traders of the valley. Sir. Moving on, Doordarshan, one of the 2 divisions of public broadcaster Prasar Bharati, is celebrating its 66th Foundation Day today. Established on 15th September in the year 1959, Doordarshan is one of India's largest broadcasting organizations in terms of studio and transmitter infrastructure. Now, over the years, Doordarshan has been expanding its presence and visibility among the masses. With modern technological changes, Doordarshan has gone digital and reached the palms of the individuals. Doordarshan has forayed into the digital space with a focus on making video available on demand. Credibility is the USP of Doordarshan. Now, in today's age of breaking news, Doordarshan has been able to maintain its tradition of providing accurate and up-to-date information to its viewers. India is also observing Engineers Day today, marking the birth anniversary of renowned and greatest engineer Bharat Ratna Sir Mokshagundam Visvesvaraya. Sir Visvesvaraya is largely regarded as the creator of contemporary Indian engineering methods. He made groundbreaking contributions to the field of civil engineering, including the design and implementation of significant infrastructure projects that influence modern engineering practices and national development in India. Prime Minister Narendra Modi extended his greetings on Engineers Day. Sharing on X, he said, and I quote him here, "Today, on Engineers Day, I pay homage to Sir M. Visvesvaraya, whose brilliance left an indelible mark on India's engineering landscape. I extend warm greetings to all engineers who, through their creativity and determination, continue to drive innovation and tackle tough challenges across sectors. Our engineers will continue playing a crucial role in the collective efforts to build a Viksit Bharat." Unquote. At the 28th Universal Postal Congress in Dubai, India reiterated its strong commitment to promoting inclusivity and ensuring equal representation for all. India affirmed its commitment to advancing gender equality and empowering women. India further emphasized that India Post is dedicated to recognizing and supporting the critical role of women in the postal sector, making sure their voices are heard, their leadership is strengthened, and their contributions are acknowledged. Moving on. The Supreme Court on Monday declined to stay the Waqf Amendment Act 2025 in its entirety, though it put on hold some of its contentious provisions. Among those suspended are the provisions empowering district collectors to decide whether a property claimed as Waqf actually belongs to the government, and the stipulation that only a lawful property owner who has been practicing Islam for at least 5 years can create Waqf through a formal deed. However, the top court said some sections need some protection. It also directed that as far as possible, the chief executive officer of the Waqf board should be a Muslim, but allowed the amendment that permits a non-Muslim to be appointed as the CEO. The court further said that a government official's report on whether a property is valid Waqf land would not change the title of the property without the approval from the High Court. Now, during this process, the Waqf board cannot create third-party rights over the disputed property. Now, Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla today attended the valedictory function of two-day national conference on the Parliamentary and Legislative Committee on Empowerment of Women in Tirupati city of Andhra Pradesh. The two-day conference, focusing on women-led development, gender responsiveness, budgeting and emerging technological challenges, brought together lawmakers and women leaders to discuss strategies for empowering women in national development. Addressing the gathering, Om Birla said that women are leading in every field, which is the true strength of Indian democracy. Take a listen.
हमारी देश की महिलाएं लगातार हर क्षेत्र में नेतृत्व कर रही हैं और यही हमारे लोकतंत्र की ताकत है। आज अंतर्राष्ट्रीय लोकतंत्र दिवस है। दुनिया के अंदर भारत का लोकतंत्र आजादी का बाद का लोकतंत्र नहीं है। भारत का लोकतंत्र हमारी प्राचीनतम हर पद्धति के अंदर, हमारे हर कार्य के अंदर, हमारे लोक व्यवहार में, हमारे चिंतन में, हमारे कार्य में हमेशा लोकतंत्र रहा है।
India hosted the BIMSTEC Young Leaders Summit on the 9th till the 11th of September in Guwahati, Assam. The Governor of Assam, Lakshman Prasad Acharya, inaugurated the summit in association with Bharat Scouts and Guides. It witnessed the participation by over 80 young leaders from all the members of BIMSTEC countries, representing a cross-section of their societies, including political, business, socio-cultural and civil society. The summit highlighted the critical role of young people of the region for its holistic development. The initiative was part of the 21-point action plan announced by Prime Minister Narendra Modi at the 6th BIMSTEC summit to further strengthen BIMSTEC. Delhi's airport revamped Terminal 2 reopens on the 26th of October. With smart baggage drop, autonomous boarding bridges and modern upgrades, it promises smoother travel as Air India Indigo flights shift their operations. Take a look at this report.
The upgraded Terminal 2 at the IGI airport in Delhi is set to reopen on October 26th after a major revamp. Delhi International Airport Limited has claimed that T2 is ready to handle the surge in passenger traffic and promises a seamless, world-class travel experience. From the intervening night of October 25th to 26th, around 120 daily domestic flights of Air India and Indigo will shift operations to Terminal 2. Revamped terminal boasts of a self-baggage drop facility, which will empower passengers to check in their luggage within minutes. India's first passenger boarding bridge with autonomous docking technology will also make aircraft boarding faster, safer, and much more comfortable. With bright interiors, skylight designs, modern flooring, and better road connectivity, Terminal 2 has been reimagined for comfort and efficiency. Behind the scenes, upgraded HVAC systems, fire safety, and electrical infrastructure guarantee reliable and secure operations. Tapas Bhattacharya's report for DD India.
And now let's get you weather updates from parts of India. The Indian Meteorological Department has forecasted heavy rains in several parts of India. However, the western state of Rajasthan witnesses stark contrast. As per the IMD forecast, there will be withdrawal of the southwest monsoon from parts of West Rajasthan ahead of its normal date. IMD also issued a red nowcast warning for Mumbai, forecasting extremely heavy rainfall and thunderstorms. The alert also extended to the neighbouring regions of Thane and Raigad. The Colaba Coastal Observatory recorded over 100 millimeters of rainfall by the morning, leading to widespread waterlogging across several areas. A low-pressure area over North Telangana and Vidarbha is likely to bring heavy to very heavy rainfall to isolated areas including Assam, Meghalaya and Bihar. Widespread rainfall with thunderstorms and lightning is expected over the sub-Himalayan West Bengal and Sikkim, Nagaland, Manipur and Tripura states. Heavy rainfall is also forecast for regions like Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand and Odisha. Time to take a short break, but still to come on the other side. Gujarat's Governor Acharya Devvrat takes oath as the Governor of Maharashtra at Mumbai's Raj Bhavan. Madhya Pradesh Tourism Board receives Golden Banyan Award for Best State in Heritage Tourism.
Complex issues, hidden agendas, twists and turns, strategic games. We think all dots are linked. We just need to connect them. Join me every week as I connect the dots to unravel hidden designs in statecraft, mysteries, and decode issues that matter to you. Watch Connecting the Dots with me at these times on DD India.
Welcome back after that short break. You're watching DD India NewsHour. Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman, along with Minister for Railways, Information and Broadcasting Ashwini Vaishnaw, launched the AI for Viksit Bharat, the opportunity for accelerated economic growth, and the Frontier Tech Repository by NITI Aayog in New Delhi. The roadmap presents a comprehensive action plan for India to harness the transformative potential of artificial intelligence and convert it into additional economic value by the year 2035. Addressing the gathering, the minister said AI is capable of giving solutions for better urban centers and agriculture, but it should be used in a controlled manner. Take a listen.
Give solutions for better city urban areas which exist and for newer urban centers that we may plan. I think we need to have a greater understanding that AI probably is capable of giving us in situ solutions without having to remove people from where they are, but keep them there, but give them the solutions which has been waiting for decades.
Addressing the event, Union Minister Ashwini Vaishnaw said that artificial intelligence is going to fundamentally change every aspect of life, stressing on the importance for India to be among the front runners in developing and adopting AI technologies.
Telecom technology, semiconductors, electric vehicles, biotech, some of the most complex engines, quantum, rare earth, and a few more. These are technologies which we will have to master, we'll have to adopt, we'll have to develop talent pipeline, and we will have to make sure that we remain in the frontier. And over a period of last few decades, the biggest change which has happened and the biggest factor which has joined this constellation of technologies is AI. AI is also going to fundamentally change the way we work, the way we live.
And to get you more on this, I am joined by Professor Kavya Dashora from the School of Artificial Intelligence, IIT Delhi. Good afternoon, Professor. Thank you so much for joining us at this afternoon broadcast. To begin with this, now artificial intelligence, and as the report suggests, is a key component for economic growth as well. The report launched today also highlights that AI can bridge nearly half of the growth gap required to move India from a projected GDP of $6.6 trillion to $8.3 trillion, and that too by the year 2035. Now, for the benefit of our viewers, please help us understand how AI can benefit the industries, especially the banking and the manufacturing sector.
Good afternoon, and I'm very happy to be on your panel. So first, congratulations for your 66th anniversary. Doordarshan had been a real steering wheel in our nation for a while now. So coming to your question that how ambitious is this plan? I would tell you that this is ambitious indeed, but then we have a big zeal to go out there. We have seen three major motivations or milestones. One was the internet, another one was mobile, and third is AI. So in internet, we were the bystanders or we were the consumers. In mobile, we were co-developers, but in AI, we are leaders. I would actually tell you that when government says 8% by 2035, they have clearly chalked out the areas, they have clearly chalked out the sectoral values, particularly like sectors like banking. 30 to 35% of growth they are expecting industry may by application of AI, and then followed by R&D with 20 to 25% of growth. Then manufacturing, they are saying manufacturing is basically the wheel and spoke both of a developing economy. So government today, by the launch of this AI for Viksit Bharat report, they have projected AI as nice to have, say, move okay, must have ke bracket mein. And they have not done it as an isolated sector. For an overall development and for overall sectoral growth, they have embedded it in every possible sector, starting from education to manufacturing to finance to health, then to records, everything you name and you have AI embedded there. Government also has a very staggered plan. Like it is going to start with capacity building. It is going to start with building large language models inside the country. We are also importing GPUs now. So high throughput computing. So we are making good enough infrastructure, and at the same time, we are also ensuring that we would be going all out covering all the sectors. We are creating enough manpowers, particularly from IITs, NITs, IIITs, followed by central universities, followed by different agricultural universities, where AI is embedded in the education, so that at the end of 4 years from today, we have a whole big force of manpower who is AI educated, AI enabled, AI conversant, and the moment they go on into the job market, we have very good outcomes. So the plan of 2035 would, I personally feel, I'm very optimistic on that, would be written much earlier, around let us say 2032 or so. We would be start seeing very good fruits out of it.
Also, Professor Dashura, as the Finance Minister, said that AI should be used in a very controlled manner. Help us understand how one can ensure its safety and secure usage with zero compromises on authenticity in especially these specific sectors that the report has outlined today.
See, AI, one of the big challenges with AI is hallucination, or it just cannot filter between the fake data and the real data. So this actually is a problem. And when government says, but then it is a very new technology, we are just building it up. And government, for a very massive country like India, very sensitive in several aspects, it becomes high on the moral value and high on the social value responsible that we have our regulations in place. When government says that it has to be very safe to be operate and it has to be secured, that means the regulations has to be very uptight. You see, the government has put several regulations on social media, where there are certain sections of news which you cannot publish, or there is a government approval required for it. So similarly, AI, because we are trying to put that tool into the hands of masses, into the hands of people who are working from ground to top. So there is a big chance that information can be misconstrued. And when it comes to technology, it is very difficult to pull back that information. The damage is usually done. So I totally agree to that stance of government, that it has to be AI, it has to be massive AI, mass AI, and at the same time, it has to be a regulated AI. That means it has to go through certain filters. India had far too long been a data center, like we had been giving data for development of different technologies globally. But now the time has come when we use our data, when we develop our technologies, when we develop our own models, whether it is large language or natural language processing models, we develop our own models. So there is a fair chance that once it is covered under the government norms, when it is covered under the ethical principles, fair principles we call them, so it is a fair chance that they are regulated. And this regulation and also the accountability would, I'm very sure, be trickled down or held to each and every institution which is using AI, whether it is at the R&D level or whether it is at the education, manufacturing, broadcasting, any segment you pick up. Accountabilities would be set, and that makes the system very transparent and very safe to be operated. Because as the technology is advancing, recently you must have seen Nano Banana. Beautiful images you can make, beautiful videos you can make, and it is very difficult to discriminate it is a real video or it is a constructed video.
Right.
So and particularly our country, it goes into election all the time. Our every research which it brings out on the table becomes a research of impact. So it is very, very important that it is regulated.
Right.
So I strongly support the regulation of AI, and I am also very sure that institution and users will also be made accountable. The norms of regulation would be made very clear to people.
Apart from talking about the sectoral benefits that AI can provide and the regulation of it, tell us how AI can also be used to skill and create employment opportunities for the youth.
This is very important, because there is a kind of a created stigma with AI that it is a job consumer, it is going to consume people's job. But I would tell you that I have a slightly different view. It will not consume people's job. When India specifically, this is a textbook case study that how India is implementing AI, where you need people to be employed and you also need technology to be there. So what India has very smartly done and very nicely done is, it has not created separate departments or divisions. It has embedded AI into the running systems, like into the day-to-day operation. So with this, it means that you need not to remove people from the job and bring new people on, and then creating a job deficit, but instead you would just be needing some upskill of people. There would just be some skill refinement or some skill set definition of people till you get the first batch or second batch of people who are continuously trained on AI. That means 4 years or 3 years from now. Till then, you just need some skill development of the people, and government is ensuring courses like NPTEL, Swayam. These are the courses where people can sit at home. They are free of cost, sponsored by government. You can just see them on YouTube. So they are explained by professors from IIT and IIMs, and you actually get to learn it at your own time, at your own convenience, and at your own pace, twice, thrice. And anyways, AI has used AI so much in educating people that nowadays I am doubtful if you'll find anybody who would say that they don't know anything about AI. So getting self-educated is one of the motivating things. Apart from that, industry is making a mass education or a mass capacity building. Government sectors are undergoing it, so it is being embedded in the ongoing system so that we don't lose job, and in the coming times we are also able to employ better people. And parallelly, government is strengthening a lot of AI startups, different large language models, and we have so many use cases, particularly the 5 sectors which I say. One is manufacturing, finance, healthcare, agriculture, and education. These 5 sectors, if we are able to set them right in terms of AI, I don't think AI per se will be responsible for job taking away or job consumption. Rather, it is going to develop people in terms of better skill set and better outreach.
And also, indeed, it is an example of ease of living opportunity only, because when we talk about the banking sector, it's going to provide so many options when it comes to digi banking and other options, isn't it?
AI would, I personally feel, in banking, it would be extremely helpful in fraud detection, because there are tools like sound detection or voice detection or image analysis, we call it. So it is very, very important that fraud signatures are immediately taken care of, voice is immediately taken care of, and banking sector, financial and non-financial banking instrument, NFBIs, they are also very, very strong places where people usually get attacked in the terms of hacking and all. So AI is going to prevent, hopefully for a great extent, where you have AI already detecting the fraud. In telecom company, we have started having it nowadays. The AI detects the spam and it stops the call to come, or at least it raises an alert. Similarly, in healthcare sector, it is going to be very instrumental, where it is going to detect mass outbreaks much at earlier time.
All right. Thank you so much, Professor Dashara, for joining us and getting us a rounded perspective on this latest development and this very important report.
Thank you so much.
And now let's take a look at the stories making news around the country in brief. Gujarat's Governor Acharya Devvrat took oath as the Governor of Maharashtra at Mumbai's Raj Bhavan, administered by Bombay High Court Chief Justice Chandrasekhar on Monday. His appointment follows the resignation of former Maharashtra Governor C.P. Radhakrishnan, who was elected as the Vice President of India. Acharya Devvrat will continue his duties as Gujarat's Governor while holding additional responsibility for Maharashtra. Manipur Governor Ajay Kumar Bhalla attended the 54th Foundation Day of Regional Institute of Medical Sciences in Manipur's capital, Imphal. He praised RIMS as a leading institution in medical sciences, highlighting its journey of excellence. The governor lauded the commitment of healthcare professionals for their role in making RIMS a center of medical excellence. Madhya Pradesh Tourism Board received the Golden Banyan Award for Best State in Heritage Tourism at the Heritage Week Award 2025 in New Delhi. The award recognizes the state's efforts in preserving cultural heritage and promoting sustainable and community-driven tourism. Time to take a short break, but still to come on the other side. After the break, we'll get you the latest on Nepal's cabinet expansion. And preparations are underway in Doha for Arab Islamic Summit.
Geopolitics and trade deals. Economic challenges amid development. Hard work and the path to prosperity. It's the economy always. Between walkers, money is what money does and says. Supply creates its own demand. Between the bulls pulls and bears tears. When supply chains globalization and India rises to the podium. We'll get you centered with the economic brief at 8 p.m. every Thursday on DD India.
India NewsHour, time to quickly recap top stories of the hour. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman launches NITI Aayog's tech report AI for Viksit Bharat, says AI is capable of giving solutions, but it should be used in a controlled manner. Arab states to hold emergency meet after Israel strikes Hamas-linked sites in Doha. Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu hails Israel-US alliance during Jerusalem visit with Marco Rubio. Romania summons Moscow's ambassador to protest airspace violation by Russian drone. Russia meanwhile calls drone intrusion a provocation by Kyiv. Nepal's newly elected Prime Minister Sushila Karki expands her cabinet by appointing 3 new ministers on Monday. Prime Minister Karki appointed Kulman Khising as the Minister for Energy, Water Resources and Irrigation, Om Prakash Aryal as Minister for Home and Law, and Rameshwar Khanal as the Minister for Finance. The newly appointed ministers were sworn into their office on Monday. These ministers have formerly held powerful positions and are credited for formidable work during their tenures. Meanwhile, senior advocate Sabita Bhandari has been appointed as the new Attorney General, who is the first woman to be appointed at this position. She was appointed to the post on the recommendation of Prime Minister Sushila Karki in accordance with Article 157 of the Constitution of Nepal. And now to get you the latest from Nepal, I am joined by DD India correspondent Shweta Singh. Good afternoon, Shweta. What is the latest that you can tell us on the cabinet expansion and what next are we expecting, Shweta?
You see, today morning, in fact, in the noon, 3 ministers took oath to the cabinet of the interim government. These all 3 were expert in the field. If you see Kulman Khising, he was very popular when he was Nepal Electricity Authority chairman. He had taken authority to a higher level with a lot of revenue generation. And earlier in Nepal, there were like 18 hours of power cut. But after he took charge, everything was more stabilized. And at least in the electricity front, Nepal started performing well. And it started exporting electricity to India as well. In 2024 itself, Nepal earned 24 million just from exporting electricity. So Kulman Khising was really doing well. Later on, when he was sacked by the government in earlier this year, then Parliament also raised questions that why was he sacked on March 25. So you see, he was a popular chairman of any earlier, and people did like him. So as the earlier government dissolved and new interim is formed, he got a chance to lead energy ministry. And same thing goes for the other 2 ministers. Rameshwarji is a very good technocrat here in Nepal. He was very popular of bringing very good tax policy, enhancing the GDP of Nepal by supporting good policies. So even as a Rameshwarji is also very preferred and popular one, followed by the Mr. Aryal, who took as a law minister here. He had been a good advocate, have fought many cases and won, and people did like him because it was against the government when he fought, and then he won the case from Supreme Court.
All right.
See, he is again chosen. So all the 3 ministers were popular among Gen Z, and that's the reason they got place in the interim government.
All right. Thank you so much, Shweta, for joining us and bringing us the latest straight from Nepal. Moving on. Qatari Prime Minister and Foreign Minister Sheikh Mohammed bin Abdul Rahman bin Jassim Al Thani said on Sunday that Israel's recent attack on Doha will not prevent Qatar, Egypt and the United States from continuing their mediation efforts to end the Gaza conflict. The Qatari Prime Minister made the remarks during a closed-door preparatory meeting with foreign ministers from Arab and Islamic countries held ahead of an emergency Arab-Islamic summit scheduled for Monday to address the Israeli attack.
This Israeli aggression will not lead to anything but aborting de-escalating efforts and confirm the Israeli government's intention to reject peaceful paths to resolving the Palestinian issue and to continue defying international will and the UN Charter, as evidenced by repeated statements by Israeli officials regarding the annexation of Palestinian territories and the illusions of a greater Israel.
The foreign ministers discussed a draft statement on last Tuesday. The attack that took last Tuesday by Israel on a residential building in Doha that housed several Hamas leaders. In his talks, Al Thani stressed that the region cannot achieve comprehensive peace and security unless the Palestinian people obtain their legitimate rights. Qatar's Prime Minister urged the international community to reject double standards and hold Israel accountable. US Secretary of State Marco Rubio met with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu on Monday as Israel's vital ally voices unease over airstrikes on Qatar that threaten to derail already failing attempts to reach a Gaza ceasefire. Now, Rubio would speak to Netanyahu about Israeli military plans to seize the Gaza city. This is Rubio's solidarity visit scheduled a week before a French-led summit at the United Nations to recognize a Palestinian state, a prospect fervently opposed by Netanyahu's right-wing government. But talks will instead be more difficult as President Donald Trump's administration was caught off the guard last week when Israel carried out an attack in Qatar against Hamas leaders who were meeting to discuss a new US ceasefire proposal for Gaza. US and Chinese officials resumed high-stake negotiations in Madrid on Monday to address lingering trade tensions and resolve future of the popular short video app TikTok. US Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent, alongside US Trade Representative Jamieson Greer, spoke to the media after arriving at the venue.
We made very good progress on the technical details of the agreement. In terms of the agreement, the overall agreement itself, our Chinese counterparts have come with very aggressive asks. We will see if we can get there. At present, we are not willing to sacrifice our national security for a social media app, and we will see where we get today. I think on the TikTok deal itself, we're very close, or we've resolved the issue. There are a range of other asks that are unresolved.
And now let's get you updates on the ongoing Russia-Ukraine conflict. US President Donald Trump stated that he's willing to impose sanctions on Russia, but emphasized that Europe must take actions proportional to those of the United States. Trump criticized Europe for buying Russian oil, saying its sanctions are too weak.
Europe is buying oil from Russia. I don't want them to buy oil. And the sanctions that they're putting on are not tough enough. And I'm willing to do sanctions, but they're going to have to toughen up their sanctions commensurate with what I'm doing.
Meanwhile, Trump also expressed confidence that a meeting between Russian President Vladimir Putin and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky would happen relatively soon to find a solution for the ongoing conflict. He added that he would need to attend and lead the discussions since the two leaders strongly dislike each other. Romania summoned Moscow's ambassador to the foreign ministry, protesting the entry of a Russian drone into its airspace during an attack on neighboring Ukraine. The intrusion comes days after fellow NATO member Poland said it had shot down Russian drones that had violated its airspace as Moscow launched a barrage against Ukraine. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky accused the Kremlin of testing Romania and wanting to bring the war to Poland and the Baltic with the intrusions. Earlier on Sunday, NATO member Romania had said that Moscow's actions posed a new challenge to Black Sea security. Meanwhile, the Russian embassy in Romania has said a drone incursion in Romanian airspace was a provocation by Ukraine after Moscow's envoy was summoned by the foreign ministry over the incident. United Kingdom and the United States are all set to sign a deal to work together on boosting nuclear power during US President Donald Trump's state visit this week to help secure investment to fund new plants. Britain's government has launched a major push to expand nuclear power in recent months, pledging to invest $19 billion in a new plant at Sizewell C and advancing plans for a Rolls-Royce unit to build the country's first small modular reactors. Now, Trump is all set to visit the United Kingdom for a two-day visit on Tuesday, during which he and Prime Minister Keir Starmer will announce the nuclear power tie-up. US and UK are all set to align on a $15 billion project to develop advanced data centers powered by SMRs in central England. South Korea, Japan and the United States kicked off their annual defensive drills on Monday to upgrade aerial, naval and cyber operational capabilities against North Korea's nuclear and missile threats. South Korea's Joint Chief of Staff said in a statement that the Freedom Edge exercise is a 5-day annual drill designed to implement regional peace and stability, adding that the drill will be conducted in compliance with international law. North Korea has warned that joint military exercises of the US, South Korea and Japan could bring about negative consequences for themselves. Germany's largest state, North Rhine-Westphalia, saw elections yesterday. Now it is the country's industrial center, which can be considered as the industrial heartland as well. Lars Holter is with Deutsche Welle and joins me from Berlin. Good afternoon, Lars. What can you tell us about the election results?
Thanks for having me. Well, let's start with the winner of the election. That's the center-right Christian Democratic Union, the CDU. They got 33.3%, so exactly 1 of every 3 votes were cast for them. Now, the CDU is the party of Chancellor Friedrich Merz, if you look at nationwide federal politics, but it's also the party that had been governing in North Rhine-Westphalia for the last couple of years in a coalition with the Green Party. That party, however, the Greens, they had a pretty bad night as the votes were counted. The Greens saw the biggest drop over 4 years ago and came in at 13.5%. Only the 4th largest party now. Also down are the center-left Social Democrats, and that is somewhat of a tragedy. The SPD, as they are called, were long the strongest party in that particular industrial part of Germany that was home to mining and refining and the heavy industry. Yesterday's election seems to show that the party is losing their clientele, that the working class does no longer identify with them, many of them either moving further left or to the right, where the extreme right-wing AfD stands.
All right, thank you so much, Lars, for joining us and getting us the latest. And now let's take a look at other stories making news around the world in brief. Elon Musk's Starlink internet service was restored for most users after a brief outage on Monday. According to Down Detector, over 43,000 users in the US reported issues at the peak, but the number dropped below 1,000 by early morning. Starlink, which is operated by SpaceX, provides satellite-based internet and is widely used in remote areas and conflict zones. In the thick, steamy forest of western Thailand, 20 skittish Simba deer dart is released by the government. The release is part of a project run by the government and conservation group WWF to provide tigers with prey to hunt and eat, which will help the big cat make a remarkable recovery in Thailand. Time to take a short break, but still to come on the other side. After the break, we'll get to the latest action from the glittering Emmy Awards Ceremony 2025. And Indian boxers Meenakshi, Jasmine, Nupur and Pooja Rani register best ever performance at the recently concluded World Boxing Championship.
Can the US launch a bombing campaign against Iran? The Philippines vessel suffered structural damage. The saga of child sexual abuse is the United States China's debt trap strategy. Truth is stranger than fiction. But sometimes hard to uncover. Trust us to tell the truth, unadulterated and pure, of every story that matters to you. You read between the lines, cut the clutter and connect the dots to get you the full picture. Watch Connecting the Dots at these times with me, only on DD India.
Welcome back. After that short break, you're watching DD India NewsHour. Well, starting today, the National Payments Corporation of India has raised the daily UPI P2M, which is person to merchant limit, to 10 lakh rupees. Now, this change allows the users to make higher value payments seamlessly through UPI, enhancing convenience for both individuals and businesses, while large transactions such as insurance, investment and credit card payments can also be made through UPI. Moving on, the 77th Emmy Awards lit up Los Angeles on Sunday night, celebrating the best in television. The red carpet buzzed with excitement as new Emmy winners made their grand entrance. Actor Neo won the Emmy Award for Best Actor for The Pit, dedicating his victory to healthcare workers. Meanwhile, at just the age of 15, teen actor Owen Cooper became the youngest male winner ever in any acting category at the prestigious Emmy Awards.
Wow, it's just so surreal. Honestly, when I started...
The studio was crowned Best Comedy at the annual Emmy Awards as Hollywood celebrated the best of television. You're watching DD India NewsHour, and now it's time to get you all the latest action from the world of sports, to begin with boxing. Indian women boxers registered their best ever performance outside the country on the World Boxing Championship stage as Meenakshi and Jasmine Lamboria bagged gold medal. Nupur clinched silver and Pooja Rani took the bronze medal in 2025 edition. Meenakshi Hooda became the second Indian boxer to win a gold medal at the World Boxing Championships in women's 48 kg weight category final event. The 24-year-old beat Kazakhstan's Nazim Kizabe, who had won bronze at the Paris Olympics, by 4-1 in the rematch of June-July World Cup final in Astana. Earlier on the same day, Jasmine Lamboria also clinched the gold medal. She defeated Julia by a 4-1 margin in 57 kg weight category. Jasmine lagged behind in the first round but bounced back in the second to overcome the Polish boxer. Adding to India's glory, Nupur Sharon claimed silver in women's 80 kg weight category plus division, while Pooja Rani signed off with a bronze medal. Prime Minister Narendra Modi congratulated Jasmine Lamboria on her historic victory. In a message on X, he said, and I quote him here, "Congratulations to Jasmine for her triumph at the World Boxing Championship in 57 kg weight category. Her stupendous performance will inspire countless athletes in the times to come. Best wishes for her future endeavours." Unquote. Prime Minister further congratulated Meenakshi as well, and he said, I quote him here, "Proud of Meenakshi on her outstanding performance at the World Boxing Championships in Liverpool. She brings home the gold in 48 kg category. Her success and determination are very motivating for the Indian athletes. Wishing her the very best for her upcoming endeavours." Unquote. And now let's get you more, as I'm now joined by Amanpreet Kaur, who's the head coach of Indian youth women boxing team. Good afternoon, Ms. Kaur. First of all, many congratulations to the entire Indian contingent for a stupendous show at Liverpool. Now, Ms. Kaur, this is one of the best ever medal haul with rising stars at the world level that we can see this time, isn't it?
Yes, you are right, and good afternoon, and a very big congratulations to the all Indians, as our young girls won very good performance, and they gave very good performance at the World Championship. As you already briefed, that Meenakshi won gold, Jasmine won gold, and Nupur silver, and Pooja Rani bronze. So I really tell you that Meenakshi is a very good boxer. She's just 24 years old, and it's her biggest performance ever till now. She's a trainee of Sports Authority of India, INC Rohtak, and here I am also posted as a coach. And Jasmine is also Jasmine was also a trainee of INC Rohtak, and Sports Authority of India and Boxing Federation of India is giving a very good opportunities and support to our boxers, and the result is in front of all of us.
And also, how do you see India's growing dominance in combat sports, from wrestling to boxing? We are not only seeing the emergence of new stars, but also somewhere a very positive picture about India as a global sporting powerhouse.
You are right. You know, I think the main reason is Prime Minister is encouraging our young girls, and Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao, and now Beti Khilao also. And society is really playing a very major role to boost up our young girls and giving equal opportunities to them and encouraging them, supporting them. So it's time is now changing, and this is not only combat sports for the boys. This is for the girls also, and they are improving at the global stage.
Very rightly said. Thank you so much, Ms. Amanpreet Kaur, for joining us and getting us the latest on this recent and huge victory for Team India in women's category. Moving on to soccer now. Manchester City's goal-scoring machine Erling Haaland struck twice in a 3-0 Premier League thrashing of Manchester United on Sunday. Phil Foden also scored for City in his first season, heading in Jeremy Doku's cross in the 18th minute. The victory now means that City has now climbed to the 8th position in the league's table with their second victory from 4, while United are 14th with just 1 victory. In cricket, India defeated Pakistan with a commanding 7-wicket victory over arch-rivals Pakistan in Dubai on Sunday evening. Now, Abhishek Sharma, Surya Kumar Yadav and India's spinners were the stars of the night, taking defending champions a step closer to the Super Fours of the ongoing Asia Cup. Chasing 128, Abhishek Sharma launched a blistering attack on Shaheen Afridi, smashing 31 of just 13 balls. Captain Surya Kumar Yadav and Tilak Verma then ensured India crossed the line with 25 balls to spare. The skipper dedicated the victory to the armed forces. In hockey, Indian women's hockey team settled for a silver medal at the Women's Asia Cup 2025 in Hangzhou, China, after 1-4 defeat to hosts in the final. India struck early when Navneet Kaur converted a penalty corner in the first minute. China responded with relentless attacks, and despite some sharp saves from goalkeeper Bichu Devi, captain Oh Zixia equalized in the 21st minute. In the second half, Li Hong's solo strike gave China the lead before Zhou Mirong and Zhong Jiachi sealed the victory with quick goals in the final quarter. Despite the loss, India's spirited run earned them a commendable silver medal. Moving on. Travellers flocked Australia's northwestern region to have a glimpse of wildflowers in bloom this year. The varieties of flowers paint the region in rainbow shades. Every year, the region blooms to life, and this year's wet winter has resulted in an extraordinary carpet of colors. The flowers bloom a little longer if winter continues, but they are only here for 3 months.
Flowers close up for another year. The effects are pop in and see us. When colour creates.
And that's all for this edition of the India News Hour. But do let us know your thoughts on the news of the day. For those on the go, you can get all the latest news and updates from India and across the world on the DD India mobile app. The app is available on both Android and iOS platforms. Scan the QR code on the screen to download it right now. We'll be back with more news as it breaks here on DD India. I am Deepika, and from all of us here in New Delhi, thank you so much for watching DD India News Hour. Namaskar.